What's going on YouTube, man? What's the deal? It's your boy Isaiah. Man, I want to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs today, man, and just stay tuned after this.
Most definitely.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hopefully everything is going good, man. Hopefully, man, that you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully everything is lining up according to, you know what I'm saying? Just, the joy of the Lord, the joy of the Lord, man. Man, listen, I've been having some good times, man. Actually, these last couple weeks, man, been learning some stuff and just been, man, just taking it one day at a time, man, just trusting God, man, and seeing how things, you know what I mean, go from, one day to the next day to the next day. But man, just really been blessed, man, and grateful, man, that, just to be in the position that I am, to be able to share, just the stuff that, the content that I have and, just to have this platform, man, is something that I really am grateful for. Really am grateful. Don't take it lightly at all. But yeah, man, I want to talk about, man, the Super Bowl, man, Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Now, listen. First off, I want to send, you know, I want to give credit to whom credit is due. The Buccaneers, they won the Super Bowl, so what I'm saying, shout out to them. Yeah, shout out to them. And what I'm saying, also shout out to the Chiefs, what I'm saying, for, just going out there playing their heart out and, just man, playing a really good game, man. So shout out to the Chiefs, man. Shout out to the Chiefs. Yeah. Um Now, the other day, man, I was talking to my wife, man, and my wife was, she has some, some really exciting things that was happening up at her job, and what I'm saying, she was talking about like a team winning, and a team basically that wins, what I'm saying, them being number one, and what I'm saying, them basically getting a trophy or getting the reward, whatever it was, in second place, of course, don't deserve, what I'm saying, the same, trophy or prize or reward as the first, the people who won. And, I totally agree with her. But listen, when we look at, the Super Bowl and I look at the game and I look back at everything that happened in the game, truthfully, honestly, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I personally feel like that the Kansas City Chiefs played their heart out. I believe that they played their toughest. I just really believe that they had a lot of different things that was going on, with them, you know what I'm saying, emotionally, personally, and there was a lot of things that work spiritually as well. So when I look at the game, I see a whole lot of different things, man, that it was contributing to the way that they played. Right? I don't believe that it was anything that I honestly don't believe that they didn't want to go out and win. Like they wanted to win that game. Period. I just honestly believe it. It's just the way that things unfolded. Right? So when I look back at that game, and one of the biggest things I see, honestly, I hear a lot of people, making fun of the refs and, what I'm saying, them basically just throwing flags and, just really, truly, man, not letting the players play and, what I'm saying, which is understandable when you're in a game like that, man. Like, it's aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing more things that you never seen, because your awareness is up 100%. And, it's just truly, just at a whole nother level. But for me, like, I talked to a lot of people about this, man. I talked to, my landlord, talked to my wife, talked to some friends, I talked to, just even people, man, just, in general at the store or whatever. But for me, I personally don't feel like that. And a lot of people might think that I'm hating, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, the truth is the truth, man. But I personally feel like that Tom Brady is an excellent quarterback, hands down, an excellent quarterback. And truth be told, based on what I've heard, I haven't really seen Tom Brady in action and him play because I really don't even keep up with football like that. Unless the Kansas City Chiefs is playing, you won't find me watching football for real. I'm mainly working on music, doing podcasts, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, man. That's kind of like my lane. But, when the Kansas City Chiefs is winning, of course I'm watching the games, right? I'm playing, I'm hoping on them winning, right? So when I look at the Kansas City Chiefs, right, and I look at the game and how they played, man, for me, I see like them going hard, right? And listen, a lot of people's gonna be upset with this. They're gonna be upset with it because just the simple fact of people that love Brady, right? I personally don't feel like that Brady's skill is what won the game. And look, honestly, I personally don't feel like that, you know what I'm saying, that Brady, you know what I'm saying, deserves, you know what I'm saying, hold on, hold on right quick. Yeah, this is my wife. Hey, babe, what's going on? I'm on Facebook Live right now. You on my YouTube video right now. What's going on? You said what? Yeah, sure, babe. I'm actually in the middle of doing a YouTube video. I'm actually live right now, and you are on my feed. So I just letting you know I love you, babe, and I, picked up the phone when you called. Want to make sure everything was good.
All right, call me back, please. Thank you.
Okay, babe.
Bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, so that was my wife right there. But listen, check this out. So I personally don't feel like that Brady, you know what I'm saying, his skill won the game. I truly, honestly don't feel that way. Because when I look at the game, man, I see really, truly, honestly, a lot of running. I see a couple passes that he made, of course. But for the most part, to me, it seemed like that Mahomes and Brady kind of like really threw the same. It wasn't really a big difference when it came to their throws and the yardage that they had. What I see honestly is like the teamwork that's playing. So when I was talking to my landlord about this, I'm like, listen, I don't believe that Brady deserved the MVP. Now, granted, he played a lot of games to get there, but the MVP of the game, I don't believe that it went. I think the MVP of the game, and it's kind of hard, but like to decide like who we gonna give this MVP to. But when you look at the running back and you look at what I'm saying, the defense, like man, they played hard, And I was telling my supervisor this. I said, you know what? What's so crazy is what people do is that if you look at like how the world is actually like set up, right? And how they'll give all the credit to the quarterback, for example, right? And they'll just, say like, the quarterback, and the Kansas City Chiefs. So they'll say Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I understand why they do that because, of course, the quarterback is leading the team. But at the same time, I think this: if you put a person that high up, right, and say they're getting wins, they're winning, they're winning, they're winning, they're winning, they're winning, right? What happens when they lose, right? They have to bear the weight of being the face of the actual team. When you consider it that way, that's like too much weight for one man. So, what I think personally about the Super Bowl is this: I think that it came down to more yardage than anything, right? I think it came down to penalties. A lot of penalties got them closer to the goal, got them closer to, what I'm saying, getting their points. So I personally feel like that's what it was. Now, when you look at our offense, they wasn't playing really good. Defense was holding us down like crazy. That Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense was crazy, holding us down. Man, they was just making it happen. So if it wasn't for our kicker, we wouldn't even have 9 points on the board. But for me though, like looking back at that game, I mean, I'm looking like, wow, these are like, they're there to play, they're there to, make it happen. But it was so much stuff that was happening in the atmosphere. When you look at what was going on with Andy Reid and, looking at what was going on there, it kind of, to me, it looked like that Andy Reid was there, but he wasn't there. And, honestly speaking, I understand, right? Because he's dealing with a family issue. And to me personally, it felt like that, Andy Reid was more concerned about his family than he was about the Super Bowl. And to me, my hat goes off to Andy Reid because, anybody that does something like that, that's more concerned of their family more than it is their game or whatever, man, that's big news. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it kind of felt that way. I was able to see that man, Andy Reid was in that space. And after the game, he owned it. He was like, you know what, it could have started better with me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that I was able, basically, I could have played better, you know what I'm saying, than, and let my team know that I was there. So he took ownership of it, which was awesome and incredible to see, even in the time, that season that he was in, or the season that he's in, experiencing what his son is going through and him going through that as well. So, but the Super Bowl for me was just truly that, man. It wasn't honestly a really good Super Bowl in my opinion when it dealt with, me seeing the Kansas City Chiefs score, points and to make it happen. But, for real, like it just seemed like that, they were missing something, man. And I think what it was just the heart of, you know what I'm saying, just the coach. It's just so many different things that was happening. So I'm not putting it all on the coach, right? I'm just saying that I can tell, according to Andy Reid and even what he was saying, like, listen, man, we already had the game plan in before any of this happened that was headline news concerning his son. So he was like, listen, man, there's just so much stuff going on, which I understand, right? I get it. And I believe with that being said, like, man, he truly made some they went out and they played, and he held it down. He did the best he could during that game. But for me, looking at that and seeing everything that he was going through, and still seeing like he was still there, he still stood up, he still stayed focused, he was going through the whole game, and he played well as a coach, and even Patrick Mahomes played well as a quarterback. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, even the lineman was holding it down. But personally, for me, I think that the line was kind of it wasn't really good enough. You know what I'm saying? Either the line was breaking down totally, or defense was just totally shutting them down. Either one of the two. But whatever the case was, the game was not won due to skill. It was a matter of penalties, a matter of, them getting yardage, and then also, defense. I think their defense was just brutal, man. Their defense was, man, like brutal. And so for the Kansas City Chiefs, for me to see that, that's personally what I received from the game as I saw it, man. So for me, man, the Super Bowl, it was just that, man. And I was so like, I did a Facebook video, was talking about how us as Christians, like we are competing for a trophy that doesn't fade. We're competing for the trophy of the everlasting life. Like, in other words, we have eternal life in Jesus our Lord, so we will never be without that trophy. But we're fighting and striving every single day, right, to continue to get our yards, to continue to get our first downs and our touchdowns in this life, which is, doing the best we can to live a better life, to make sure that we're exercising our mind, building our mind to get yardage and stuff like that. So when I look at that, to me, it's kind of like just the same thing dealing with spiritual, dealing with the mind, you know what I'm saying? Exercising your mind, competing, with those thoughts, and saying like, I'm not going to let these thoughts get the best of me. You know what I'm saying? I believe I'm able to do this in spite of what I'm going through, in spite of what I'm feeling, right? And so with that being said, like, to be able to, to look at, a Christian's life in that way, and to see that, like, we're still getting yards. Even if we get knocked down, we get back, but our trophy is found in Christ. So we don't have to worry about losing our trophy. But when I was, looking at the game, I was so emotionally attached to the game when the Chiefs lost. I'm like, dang, man. Because you want your team to win. You want, your team to put it on for the city. You want your team to shine. You want them to get the reward. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl, right? So you want them to get it. You want them to win. But when I look at it, man, for me, I just begin to realize, like, man, it's so important not to be so emotionally attached to something that can really ultimately steal your joy and, bring you to a place of defeat in such a way. And not saying that's what the Kansas City Chiefs was, their mentality was, but just in general, like, being emotionally attached to something like that can really cause, you to feel a certain way. It can cause you to feel good, or it can cause you to feel bad. And so for me, being emotionally attached to it, I began to feel a little uncomfortable, a little bad. 'Cause I'm like, man, Kansas City Chiefs, man, it's my squad. I wanted them to win. And so that's kind of like what it was. But I don't know, man. What's y'all thoughts, man? What y'all think about, man? Put some down in the comments and let me know, what was your thoughts on the Super Bowl? What did you feel like, what I'm saying? Do you feel like that Tom Brady deserved it? Do you feel like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, deserved it? I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers deserved it, but I don't think that Tom Brady deserves the credit, because he played, but he didn't play. You get what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they played, right? They was fighting and gnarling. Everything. But to me, that's just kind of personally how I feel. So what do you guys think, man? Down in the comments, man, let me know, like, your thoughts on it. Do you think I'm hating because I'm like, hey, Tom Brady doesn't deserve it? Or do you think, like, just like what I'm feeling, like he honestly didn't play, that way in which, he deserves to be the MVP of the game? You know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem that way because, of the squad. Like, the squad held it down. Like, Tampa Bay Buccaneers was fighting. Like, they was getting yardage, rushing yards. It was holding it down. So personally, for me, that's what I feel. Like, skill-wise, they didn't win based on that alone. It was literally penalties it was the yards that the actual running back was getting, and they got a couple pass yards. But for the most part, it didn't come down to skill with the quarterback. So that's kind of like my thoughts on that. But I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? Throw something in the comments. Let me know. And you know what I'm saying? Just let me know your heart on it. You know what I mean? Because this right is a crazy subject. And I know it's a couple days after the Super Bowl, but you know, it's just important to actually talk about it from a point, you know, like, man, what do you guys think, right? And that's what I think, because I've talked to people, man, and I've got different answers. You know, some people were like, hey, I'm just biased as a Chiefs fan. And some people was like, yeah, Isaiah, you're right. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know what you think down in the comments. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, y'all. I don't want to stay on too long, but listen, man, I want to thank y'all for dropping by this channel. You know, this is just something that I really wanted to share, wanted to say, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I mean, my hat goes off to the Chiefs, man. Man, boy, I mean, come on, man. They played their heart out. They did what they did, and you know, we just didn't get it this year. So, hey, next year, hopefully we come back striking, hitting hard, and making it happen. So I want to encourage you guys there, man. But don't forget to drop down in the comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about the game. Let me know what you feeling, because that most definitely, man, will be something that I can be like, okay, all right, at least I know I'm not tripping out. You know what I'm saying? There's other people feeling the same way. But yeah, man, you know, if you enjoy this content, hit that subscribe key. I do videos, man, every now and then, man, sharing some good stuff and good knowledge and good news. Don't forget to check out our podcast that we got on the Off the Cuff podcast. You'll want to check that out. Subscribe to that page. It'll be something that's real good for you to hear, to listen to. Three gentlemen talking about some really good things. And also, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to this page. Most definitely, man, will be a blessing. And hit that like key. Let me know. You know, send me a comment. Let me know what the deal is. But yeah, I'll holler at you guys, man. Let me know what the deal is, man. I'll get with you on this next one, y'all. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. So one last thing before I go. You already know, most definitely.